So I started Venice Arts when I was like, well, I started taking classes my last year of middle school, and then into up until junior, when I finished my junior year, the summer of my senior year, I guess, in high school. So that was pretty much one constant, despite everything else. I moved around, as we all know. I moved around a lot in just in high school, and I had a bunch of different crazy things happen. But the one constant was always Venice Arts. I was like, I don't care if it takes me 2 hours to get out there in the bus. I'm still going to Venice Arts because that was my home away from home. Before I started Venice Arts, the way I saw my life, I figured I would do something very, like something in the business field. Like I would be a lawyer or just some kind of business person. I didn't know how exactly, but that's who I would be. And then when I went to Venice Arts, after like the first year, I decided, no, I'm going to be a photographer. It doesn't matter what. I didn't care what my mom said about like it possibly not being the most stable job or anything. I just told myself I'm going to be a photographer. That's what I'm going to do because I just love it, and nothing else that I've tried has made me happy like that. So I was pretty dead set on that. And then I went up in, high school, and I got to be like a junior, and I started thinking maybe something in the medical field, which is a pretty big stretch. But I don't know, I definitely see photography being part, and art in general being a part of my future. I don't think that's something that will ever go away. I would hope to not be that kind of person that kind of says, oh yeah, I used to do photography really, intense when I was young, but now I don't do it anymore. I don't want to be that kind of person. I want to be the person that says, hey, I've been doing photography for years and years, and I'm still excited about it. I made quite a few friends, but the ones that obviously stand out were my film class, and we had to spend a lot of time together because we were in advanced classes, so it just kind of happened where our lives just kind of became tangled together. So right before we all left, one of the girls, Alyssa, she was going to college, and I was moving up to Alaska. The other girl, Kristen, she was staying there, but we were all kind of, going our different ways. We want to make a last film, and that's, that has a lot of really good memories about it, just because it was the last time that we all worked together, and it was pretty special. I remember our last day when we all saw each other, we just cried so much just because we knew we couldn't really go back to that, because now we're all getting older and life's getting more complicated. I've always been told that my pictures have very dream-like quality, and they're very dreamy, and I can see that. So something I've kind of admired has been like the people who can take very like nitty-gritty pictures of like stuff that doesn't, I don't consciously try to make things look dreamy, and my life isn't by no means dreamy either, so I don't really know where that comes from. I always said that I think it's kind of from, I feel very peaceful when I'm behind the camera, so I think that kind of shows up in my photographs. But at the same time, I've always wanted to do some, because I've seen, I lived in LA. Anyone who's lived in LA has probably seen some pretty crazy things, and especially my life and its circumstances. I've, got to see, whether I wanted to or not, a lot of different crazy things, and sometimes I wish that I was the kind of person who could just photograph those things, I guess. Like I said, when I first started at Venice Arts, I didn't think I was very creative. I was more the brainiac. I was the bookworm, and just like, I don't know, I wasn't very into art. I had never really been exposed to it, and as it kept going on at Venice Arts, I just thought, there's something to do, but I didn't really feel that I was awesome at it, or that it kind of defined me in any way. And as I kept going on, I started realizing that, it was one of my favorite things to do was doing photography or filmmaking, mostly photography, but it started to become my thing. Like, in my head, I started to become a photographer, and that's who I was. And that's when I started, just at the end, I realized, that's how I kind of define myself. Part of that is, a photographer. To me, it says a lot about who I am and my life.